Take two. All right. We're going to be talking about wine racks. Somebody I know asked me about wine racks. I talked to him for a bit through the fucking texty, messagey, whatever the fuck. And I said, yeah, I can rant about that. I don't remember who it is. I apologize. I looked for 15 fucking minutes through all the interweb platforms and I can't find it. So I don't know. And I'm sick of looking, so I'm just gonna knock this out. I apologize. Thanks to everybody who's with the positive comments and the likes. I've got a lot of private messages from guys that said they like the videos. Again, I'm just making these for what would have helped me when I was younger fella. All right, it would have made my life better. So if you pick something up that benefits you, fucking bonus for you, and that means I did my job. So my life's not a waste of fucking time. Anyways, main lesson first. So when I was in the Navy, when you fucked up, everything was worth a case of beer. You fuck something up, you start the boat engines out of the water, case of beer, boom. You screw up something pretty bad, is a green case because it's more expensive. You'll remember through paying for it and then all your buddies drinking it later. Grab the cases, that meant you'd hang out after work, drink through the case of beer, make fun of the son of a bitch who fucked that up, and you ain't gonna fuck it up again. Everybody's having a good time and getting better. Green case was Heineken. That's what they sold at the exchange. We call it the green case. Alright? But not twist offs. I don't have a bottle opener in my hand. What is a young man to do? Well, you fucking open the goddamn beer. So it's easy. Because the bottles are bottle openers. There it is. Alright? Pops right off. Pretty simple. Now this is take two. So my drinking horn has beer in it. So it probably won't take the full 12 ounces, but we'll fill it up. Which is always nice. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Outstanding. All right. So, I had to make notes, buddy. I didn't think I had a whole lot to say, but apparently I've been thinking about it for a long time. I've been a few, what you would call wine racks. First things first. Let's fucking define a wine rack, and let's stop blowing ourselves thinking we've created something new. First things, it's a popular idea. All right. Somebody hears you, Ben Steele. Oh, you should make a fucking wine rack. This is what I've noticed. None of them want to buy the fucking wine rack. They're just spouting some bullshit that came into their fucking head that they know nothing about. One, they obviously don't know shit about steel bending or fucking wine racks. And they probably don't even drink fucking wine. Alright? People that want a fucking wine rack are guys who want a gun rack. They have more than a gun. They have multiple fucking guns that necessitates the fucking rack. A fucking wine drinker needs a real fucking wine rack, which is a piece of fucking furniture, which is going to display the fucking wine so the fucking bottles are sitting there looking fucking pretty, and he can go down there or she can go down there and be like, oh, I would like this fucking cab, Sav, whatever the fuck. Alright, whites are over here, fucking reds are over here, blendeds and cheap shit over there for the fucking idiots that fucking think they like wine. We give them that shit, It's a wine rack. It means it's a piece of fucking furniture. If I wanted to make fucking wine racks, if I wanted to make furniture, that's what I would do. I'm a fucking steel scroller. Now, so the question becomes, can you bend a bar to hold some fucking wine? The answer is yes. Generally, it looks like shit. So, let me make sure I'm not going too off topic. And all those fucking motherfuckers are, well, you should do that. Look, if I'm just gonna spend 2 fucking days resting on a fucking bar and cleaning it up and taking all that time out of my fucking life, that's fine. But it costs money. Everybody that ever suggested that never wanted one. Because if they did, they'd have been motivated enough to pursue the bent steel. And I would have shown them something way fucking better than a fucking wine rack. And then they wouldn't have raped the fucking art by penetrating it with a fucking bottle. Exhibit A. And we'll be talking about this one here a little bit more because this does apply to bending and stuff like this. But this is 5/8 square. You're not turning that into a wine rack. It's too big. And the other thing is, it's way cooler than any fucking wine rack in the fucking world. So are we going to do cool stuff? Or are we going to be furniture makers? If you're going to be if you want to make furniture, that's awesome. Go do that and be awesome at it. But you're not hand bending a good wine rack. A good wine rack will always be a half-ass made fucking piece of shit that was hand bent. Alright? Stand by for a second. The wife's shaking her head at me. Maybe I'm wrong. Alright, I'm back. Married life. It is what it is. Everything she said was awesome. She actually has, my wife knows more about steel scrolling and strawman and this kind of shit than most of the guys out there trying to learn this stuff. So she has good, valid opinions about it, but she doesn't want to get in front of the camera and say it. So, which is cool. But she's right. Anyways, I don't know where the fuck I was. So, we're going to jump on. Recap was, I don't make furniture. The thing with the steel scrolling is, and actually I think my wife fucking said it yesterday. It's not that we're steel scrolling. Because there's iron workers out there that still scroll the shit out of steel and are fucking amazing. And it is handmade. Alright? A fucking blacksmith banging on an anvil. Everything he does is handmade. That's why blacksmiths are strong as fuck as well. Alright? But we're not using the fucking tools. So you cannot repeat things exactly the same. It's fucking impossible doing it with just gloves and wrestling steel. It's not going to be the fucking same. I've got God knows how many fucking infinity scrolls out here at 8 feet by 1 inch and 3/8 flat bar, and none of them are the same. They look similar. They're similar, but they're not the same. If you're making a wine rack, you need repeatability for multiple bottles of fucking wine to rack them up. And they need, ideally, they're displayed a little bit so you know what the fuck you're getting So you don't have to pull every bottle out and look at it and put it back. Pull it out, look at it. You want to kind of see what the fuck you're looking at. So you can just go down and say, oh, I want my Pinot Noir. And, oh, yes, sir. Oh, delicious. Oh, this is a great year. All right? You're not doing that with 20 feet of steel. It's not going to fucking happen. All right. Stand by. Okay. Anyways, if you're gonna fucking try and do it, which I did, I'll show you one I got. You're gonna run into a shitload of limitations. Okay? So, you got bar shape. Bar shape's a fucking big one, man. It's fucking huge. You got round, flat, and square. Those are your three basics. You've got some other fucking oddball shapes. You might be able to order some triangle shapes or half circle shapes or some. Generally speaking, it's half or square, flat, and round. Okay? All those present different challenges. A round bar, okay, like this one, like this 5/8 round, okay, got a wine bottle. I gotta get my hand in that fucking heavy ass thing. All right. There's not a whole lot of surface area for it to lay down on. That can pose a problem when you're trying to display a bottle of wine. All right? You're also, if you're displaying a bottle of wine, you probably like the fucking bottle, which means you don't want to fuck it up. Well, if you're on a square bar, like this is a big ass square bar, there's 4 corners. And it's made of steel. Which means it's probably going to scratch the fuck out of the bottle and fuck your label up. And if they're actually a real wine drinker that has a rack that's full of multiple bottles of wine, they probably want their fucking wine bottle to look good when they break into it, when they're trying to enjoy some company. All right? So there's that. So then you get to the flat bar. Now this is 20 feet of 1/4x1. This is bad to the bone. All right? I twisted the ever-living fuck out of this bar, and it looks amazing. And it's rigid, and it's just cool. Now, that is it a wine rack? No, it's just a good piece of art. Is it a wine rack now? Well, my answer would be, it may look cool, but it ain't a fucking wine rack. Now, if you want to make something that's going to hold more than one bottle, even one bottle, I mean, you're going to throw in, a bottle of wine is a couple of pounds. Well, when you're bending these fucking things, at the end of the scroll, you're trying to make it stable so it will sit and not fall over. The last thing in the world you want, which I have fucking had, the last thing in the world you want is some little kid to run by and bump it and it crashes down. And it sounds like the earth is coming to an end. You sure as shit don't want that with the bottle of fucking wine jammed into it. Because now you got broken glass and fucking mess. and taking kids for stitches and shit. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want any part of that. But again, so limitations. The best choice would be the flat bar. This is an example of another 20 feet, a 1/4 by 1. Alright? The flat bar gives stability because there's more surface area on that flat side. It limits your... A square bar gives you 4 edges to fuck the bottle up. The flat bar, for all intents and purposes, only gives you 2. Each edge of the fucking bar. Okay? So go with flat. Flat steel. You're limited by bar length, buddy. The longest amount of material you will have to work with is 20 feet. That's it. That's it. Maybe you could get 2 20-foot bars and weld them together and give you more, but God knows, I don't know what the hell is going to happen to the molecular structure of the steel on that weld and how that's going to bend and if it's going to look good. It may look terrible. You may get 8 inches of just shit. I don't know. But you're limited by the 20-foot mark, which means you can't go that big in the diameter of the bar. You're going to have to go more towards the coat hanger side of the steel. Ugh. Okay. So, for example, visual aid. This is a huge pain in the ass, by the way. With the lighting and moving shit around. Fuck. Anyways. This is a 1/4 by 1 loop. In a very old Infinity Scroll I did back in 2006. Alright? This is a 3/8 by 1 loop that I bent for you fuckers a week or 2 ago. One's bigger than the other. Okay? The bigger the bar, the more material it's gonna take to reproduce the same thing in a smaller diameter bar. Which means you're eating up more of your material in your 20 feet for every fucking bend you make. And the bigger you go, the faster you're gonna run out. For example, again, that's 5/8 square. There's a fuckload less bends in this bar than there is in that bar. That's a smaller diameter bar. You can do more with it. There ain't a whole lot you can do with 5/8 square. And the fact that I made it look good is borderline miraculous. But that's just my own opinion. It's fucking gorgeous. I'm sorry. That one's got a special place in my heart. But you can't put... It's too big. It bends too far around. It doesn't tighten up. You're not going to tighten it up because we're not heating it up. We're not using tools and jigs. Alright? So you're limited by the diameter. You got to take that into account. What else does Vanna have to say? Bar length, okay. Run out of material. Okay. Oh, 20-foot bars again. You get a 20-foot bar, you get a diameter you like. Now you run into... There's 3 problems. You might run out of material. And now you can't stabilize the thing so it sits up and actually does what it's supposed to do. You may get that, but you may still have 2 or 3 extra feet. You may have, which would be too much material based on your design. Well, that's gonna look fucking weird with just 3 feet of steel just laying out there for no fucking reason. Alright? Or it may just turn out fucking dandy. that's going to take practice. You're going to have to be able to fucking, when you're doing it, you're going to have to know you're going to have to know your bar length. You're going to have to know the diameter. You're going to know the material. You're going to have to do a lot of fucking bends. So when you fucking manipulate the goddamn bar, you're going to know how much steel the bends eat. And you got to predict, kind of like chess, on what is going to happen and how much of the bar length you're eating up and what are going to be the consequences to that. All right, I made one good wine rack. One. And then I stopped doing them. And it wasn't a rack. It was a single wine bottle display. Holder, basically. Stood about this tall. Holds a nice little cup in the top of it. And I made it for my youngest brother's, for his wedding gift. And it turned out pretty fucking amazing. I was really impressed. And I used 1/4x1, 20 feet. Flew out there, met him, went to the steel distributor, bought a bar, and bent it for him in front of him. And it turned out, I think it turned out pretty good. I hope he still likes it. And they're still married, so that's awesome. Winning. And I think we're, okay. There I had a couple other examples to show you. So, this, which I'm going to have to move the camera around. So if you get seasick, turn it off now. I don't want you blowing chunks in your living room. Okay, it's all right. All right. So, this. Okay. So, this was my design. The first one I came up with. And it's almost impossible to tell what you're looking at because there's so much bent steel behind you. Or behind the bar. Okay? So this was it. Alright? It's 20 feet of a 1/4x1, twisted up. It's a pretty solid base. And it works okay. And there's a bottle of wine. And it's sat in. And now actually I designed it for that. Alright? So it holds the wine. Alright? But remember what we were talking about earlier? I mean, the design's okay. I did one before. It looked a little bit better. I remember the design and I reproduced it. And it looked like shit. Looks a little forced. And I keep that as a reminder to not be a fucking moron anymore. Because it was like a dishonor in the bar. Now I can pull that apart. And there's a couple things in there that insult my integrity as a steel bender. Or artist or organic steel scroller, which I do, that's a good way my wife put it, organic steel scrolling. That was pretty fucking intuitive on her part. But it's not good right now. It's not. And I keep that as a reminder. I bent that probably in 05, maybe 06. I keep it as a reminder to not do stupid shit like that anymore. The other thing. Okay, here we go. Now I did pull this off once for myself, beautifully. That had nothing to do with wine. It is for my wife's drinking horn that she bought me. Alright? And this thing, I love it. And you guys have seen it in all the videos. And it doesn't like to be stable on a carpet. So that ain't gonna fucking work. But it's right here. And again, everything I just talked about is applied to this. Use a flat bar. And I put a nice little coil that opens up the top to hold my horn. And it is pretty. It is pretty, pretty, pretty. So, that's my thought on wine racks. Can it be done? Sure. Anything can be done. All the challenges that I talked about can be overcome. Anything can be overcome. But it's a big deal. And if you're going to do it right, the idiots who are asking for a wine rack probably doesn't even drink wine, and they probably won't even fucking buy it anyways. So, do your own thing, man. I mean, it's like, it's the same thought concept as, oh, wow, that 1/2 inch by 1 inch, 4 foot long flat bar that you bent into a fish is beautiful. Could you do a bunch of those and paint them pink for me? So for breast cancer awareness? Now look, I love boobies. But no. And I'd be selling out anyways. I don't want attention for somebody else's misfortune. Alright? And the wine rack's the same thing. If somebody is a fucking wine drinker and they fucking have 100 fucking bottles of wine, they need a fucking rack. They sure don't need anything that I'm gonna fucking bend. Alright? I love all you fucks. Take care.